Aidan, can you put your finger on what you think happened today with this team?
Yeah, I think, again, just some self-inflicted stuff. I think, obviously, we opened up with a good drive and then had a couple 3-and-outs, and so we can't put our defense in a spot like that where we're not running plays and we're not on the field for very long. So we're trying to do a better job of sustaining drives, and obviously can't turn the ball over as well, starting with myself. And so, yeah, just frustrating, some self-inflicted wounds.
Aidan made your first start of the season today, but down one of your top tight ends, down your starting running back, down your top 2 receivers. Obviously not an ideal situation, but kind of how did that contribute? How do you feel like that contributed to the outcome today?
I think we have confidence in our guys. The guys, obviously, some guys are getting in there for the first time or maybe not had as much of an opportunity, but, I've gotten reps with all those guys, and so there's really no excuse. You got to go out and execute, and, that's our job.
Aidan, you mentioned that first drive. You had some nice rhythm. Is it especially frustrating because you guys couldn't keep that going? I mean, the way it was going so well.
Yeah, obviously, we've been emphasizing wanting to come out fast, and obviously did that. And so it was a great first drive for us to go down and get points and a touchdown specifically. So that was, it was huge for momentum. But yeah, like I said, it takes 60 minutes. Obviously, there's going to be good drives, drives that aren't as good, but you just try to maintain and sustain that momentum. I don't think we did that very well.
Aidan, injuries aside, and I understand, you're taking over the offense now, but you mentioned the self-inflicted mistakes. They are continuing to happen. Can you explain or can you argue, is this a good football team right now, or are there things that need to be done to make it a good football team?
Yeah, I think, like I said, I'm super confident in our locker room. I look around at our players, and I know the work that's been put in. I know what we've done before. Obviously, we've seen it done. We had a big win earlier in the year in week 2, and obviously we don't want to look in the past, but we know we can do it. It's just about going out there, executing throughout the week, giving ourselves the best chance to do it on Sunday. So I still have full confidence in our guys. That's definitely not going to waver for me.
Aidan, what does become the message, though, in the locker room? I know this is a young team and trying to find some leadership right now, but to make sure that it goes in that direction rather than slides in the other direction.
Yeah, I think we have guys that want to go to work, and obviously it's not the start we wanted through the first 6 games, but it's a long season, and there's a lot of other teams in the NFL that aren't where they want to be, and so it just takes looking ourselves in the mirror. I think each one of us looking at ourselves first, starting with me, and just trying to get better.
You guys all set?
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Ed.
Antonio, wanted to take you back to the play right before the fumble at the goal line. It looked like from up top, it looked like it was a play that could have been a touchdown. But was there any consideration to challenging it at that point? I know you guys went hurry up on the next play.
Yeah, we went hurry up. I asked if he was in or not. He said it's close. Inside zone run play, not expecting a fumble to happen the next one. So that's kind of how that played out.
Coach, seemed like you came out of the gate really well executed first drive. What happened? Because it just seemed like the rhythm just kind of stopped after that first drive.
Yeah, it sounds like the Denver Broncos week. Exact same thing, right? Came out aggressively on offense, went down there, went through our play script, 10-play drive, touchdown after we gave up a field goal. And then, we had some 3-and-outs there. Obviously, when you have negative plays on P and 10, again, get back in those 2nd and longs, 2nd and 9s, and then you put yourself behind a ball on 3rd down. And we didn't convert early in that, not early, but in that late first quarter and second quarter.
What do you feel needs to happen, whether it's from the coaching staff, leaders on this team, to make sure that this thing gets stymied right here rather than sliding and continuing to slide in the opposite direction?
As far as losing? Yeah, well, it starts with discipline, right? So, we have 4 penalties, but they were at critical moments. The turnover thing is embarrassing. We don't respect the ball enough, so we don't even deserve a chance to put ourselves in position to win. Details, obviously adjustments as the game goes on. We talked about the first drive, hell of a job there. Then, what does that lead up to? And I think defensively, I thought really good job in the first half tackling. And as the game went on, you saw it be a little bit more leaky. So again, it's going to go. It's work, man. We just got to go back and get to work. It's very cliche, but it's true.
I know you guys had a lot of injuries on offense, but would you like to see a more aggressive approach in offense? It seemed like it was pretty conservative out there as far as the play calling.
Yeah, there were some calls, some shots down the field. Obviously, we didn't take them. And, the quarterback early on, I thought was doing a good job getting the ball out of his hands. especially early because that's what we do. We want to get completions. You saw that in the first drive. And, when you got shots down the field, a lot of things got to play into it. You want to get the look, and then, sometimes you just got to let it rip.
Antonio, going back to piggybacking off Vinny's question, this is a team that continues to make the mental mistakes, the bad mistakes. Is this a good team that's making bad mistakes, or, with all due respect, is it a good team right now?
Our record is what it shows us, right? We're 2-4. It's not good enough. We're not coaching well enough. We're not playing well enough, and we're not detailed well enough. And more importantly, I'm gonna keep going back to it. When you turn the ball over, you don't give yourself a chance. Again, -3 plus a block punt.
Was it a plan to get Labe a carry this week? Is that kind of a plan going in, or what happened with
It's a plan to get him in.
Team Wheels of Sports fans, right? We know that the Raiders were coming into this game banged up. We know about the trade talks with Devontae maybe being a distraction. And we just want to know, overall, what do you rate the effort from the team minus the mistakes and penalties?
Yeah, I thought the effort was fine. I thought guys tried to the very end.
Other than not letting it rip, do you have any comment on how Aidan played? Can you tell yet, or you have to watch it?
I have to watch it. I thought early on they looked really crisp what we wanted. Again, I thought he did a good job of getting the ball out, getting completions, moving the chains, and then, there's a stalemate there, and it started, we wasn't running the ball very effectively either. So that doesn't help.
Going back to the aggressiveness on that first drive out of halftime, you guys had a 1st and 20 and then a 2nd and 18, and they're both runs right there. And then I think the block punt followed. Would you like to see a little bit more aggressiveness in those types of situations?
I like to see positive plays. Right now, we don't have enough of them on the grass, and that's all of us included.
We've discussed the home crowd before about the disparity of the fans. Is it harder to come back from behind in those kind of games, like the defense calls from the crowd?
No, I mean we got noise at every practice, so that didn't bother us. I mean, we appreciate all Raider Nation showing up.
AP, one first half touch for Alexander Madison after 7 and a score on that first drive. Obviously, being a former player, I'm just wondering how you felt like that contributed to his emotions, obviously, throughout the game, and obviously the offense becoming stagnant.
Yeah, I'm not really sure about what you mean by the emotions. I didn't see that. I had to, watch and talk to him. But I thought, obviously, on the first drive, he showed up big, and throughout the game as well. But the key was, to spread the ball around. Let a lot of guys touch it. He had the hot hand early, and then again, that just follows up to what we were able to do on that 2nd, 3rd, 4th possession, where we just didn't do well enough on P and 10, and then blocking up front. We're not winning the line of scrimmage there. Some of their players made plays, and that's going to probably lead to what your question that you're asking.
You mentioned the focus on tackling last week in practice. You were happy with the first half, but what happened in the second half? You think just kind of?
I thought the first half was really good. To answer your question, I thought it was game tackling. I saw a lot of Raiders around the ball. I didn't think there was a lot of yak there early on. Again, obviously a big physical team on the other side. But then I think as the game went on, too much, not driving your feet, sitting there reaching for the ball. That big running back, even that tight end when you call the check down, you just got to get them big suckers down on the ground ASAP.
All right, thanks, guys. Thanks.
Okay, thank you.